Ads here, and I'm at the Motorhome and Caravan Show 2025 at the NEC. And what I'm doing is I'm wandering around looking for a motorhome or campervan which is on a really low budget. What I'm looking for is something that you can stand up in, a bed, a shower, toilet, and a kitchen. My budget is going to be between around £50,000 to £65,000. Now there are quite a few in that price bracket, so I'm not going to be able to look at every single one, and I'm having to pick and choose ones which I've seen before and new models as well. Of course, because I've seen some of these motorhomes before, I can actually compare prices from 6 months ago, 12 months ago, or even 18 months ago. Are motorhomes and campervans getting more expensive? Are they getting stupidly priced? Or are they just creeping up? Well, let's take a look. And we're going to start off with Elddis because they've just released a brand new model of campervan. This is the Whirlwind GTV. There are 3 models available and they're all below £58,000 without being on the road. Let's take a look at this one first. This is the Whirlwind GTV CV 563. Lots of numbers there. Base price £58,000. But of course you've got to still add on the road part as well, which is coming in at almost £1,700. And you have a pop top version available as well. It has 4 travel seats and is a 3 berth, but with the pop top it will be a 5 berth. So all of the Whirlwind GTV range are based on the Peugeot chassis, and they all come with awning. But let's have a look inside. It's a typical layout really. The material is looking like a cottony grey, browny cotton, and the front seats swivel around like you would expect. A beige table wood effect which folds out by the looks of things. Some space above the cab there. I've got to be on tiptoes to look in there, so that's interesting. There's a roof light just above the dining area, and there's a locker as well, which is quite heavy. Oh, yeah, plenty of space, but there's not really a lip here. Things I can imagine falling out. Just slide. Oh, okay, that's not. I accidentally knocked the locker door, although it didn't slam. I thought it was going to slam, which is very interesting. The kitchen area is quite small and neat. You have a twin gas hob, very small hobs by the looks of things, and the sink under this one plate here. Very small oven. Locker space below the oven. Not too bad, quite a shallow drawer but wide. Oh, that's a better drawer. Yeah, that's a lot bigger. What's under this little locker here? Okay, some little cubby hole for some pots and pans maybe. I haven't seen the cutlery drawer yet. And on the end you have a fridge freezer. Now that's quite deep in there. I like that. Just above the sink and the hob is another locker. Oh, these are quite heavy, these lockers. Very stiff. Yeah, plenty of room in there, loads of room. And soft close, yes, like that. I like the soft close, but I don't like opening them. So just opposite the kitchen area is the bathroom door. But before we go in there, there's a locker here. And on top of the locker, there's a tiny little shelf with a USB-C and USB-A charging ports and some coat hooks. But anyway, let's have a look in this locker. It's okay, so it's got the wardrobe rack just there, the holder. So that's your wardrobe. So your wardrobe is quite low down. So let's go into the bathroom. Yeah, it's a wet room. Toilet there, and the wash basin is in the corner. The lockers at the top, well, there's one locker here. Little natty little cupboard. What's this for? Oh, that's got to be for the shower. It looks a bit weird just sticking out like that. Lots of little cubby holes. Is this anything? No, that's not anything. Mirror just opposite the toilet, and I guess that's the shower as well. Oh, hold on a second. How does that go in there? Now, I'm sure I'm getting this wrong. That has got to be in the wrong place, surely. Right, let's see if we can find some other faults, like... Well, is that... I don't know if this was by design, but there's like a little shelf down the side here. Oh God, I would like to get something stuck in there, like your fingers, ads. But yeah, I guess you could put your toothbrushes and whatever down there. But there is a bit tight. No locker space underneath here because that's where the wardrobe is. And lastly, you've got the shower curtain just near the door, and of course you've got a roof light as well. Into the bedroom area, and a little peek into the back there, but you got this must fold away or something. There's a little step to get into the bed, and this has got to be a lock. Oh, it's not as deep as I thought it would be. So this looks like it can move up to here as well. Oh, of course, yeah, because if you don't want that missing piece here, then you can extend it. But that is the bed. That is looking quite a large bed, if you ask me. Being 6 foot, I normally can't have sleep transverse wise because we hit my head and hit my feet on either end. But I suppose, could I fit along there? I'm not entirely sure. But we have locker space all the way around. Let's just have a quick peeking one. Oh, look how deep they are. That is quite deep in there. Again though, we get missing, it's a tiny lip, but I can imagine things falling out on there. There's no shelf, but you can easily resolve that by using boxes and stuff. Oh, and there's a small roof light in the bed area. Loads of garage space at the back, and the bed is able to fold up out the way so you can get higher things in here like bikes. This is the LPG locker. What's in here? Oh, one of those, another smallish locker. The other side there is another locker, so let's take a look in there if it's not too dark. Okay, there's loads of room in there. Maybe not enough for a chair, but you can probably get a small table in there. And this one is the Elddis Whirlwind GTV CV 560. Base price £56,000 plus on the road charge. There are 4 travel seats, and it is a 3 berth, but with the pop top it is a 5 berth. It's more or less the same actually, but let's have a quick look. Seating arrangement is very similar to the other one. You've got a similar, if not the same, kitchen area, and that wardrobe at knee level. Bathroom, exactly the same, including the... Oh, look at the... That's how you do it. There you go. That's the shower bit. Okay, so this is the bedroom area, and I can definitely tell you the difference between these two vehicles is the bed. It's a shorter bed. It's obviously a shorter motorhome, and therefore it's a cheaper price. But you've got lockers around the outside, above the seat, above the bed, and you've got 2 roof lights, one in the front and one in the back above the bed. Next we have the Elddis Whirlwind GTV CV 554. Now this is going for £57,000, not on the road. It has 4 travel seats and is a 3 berth, but with the pop top it's a 5 berth, and the layout is very, very similar with one major difference. So the seating area, it looks very similar. In fact, it looks narrower, doesn't it? It's like a smaller table, locker there, space above the cab, roof light. The kitchen area is the kitchen area is slightly different. It's not so long, I don't think. There's no wardrobe next to the bathroom, but let's have a look in the bathroom because this is the major difference. So it is a wet room, the toilet and the basin with the mirror, and of course you have the shower just there, all very compact. Some locker space under there. Oh, let's not forget, there's the light switch. And we have a narrower bed, so I could only sleep transverse wise, but that I don't think would be very comfortable. One last thing to say about the CV554 is that it only comes in an automatic version. The others you can have automatic or manual. Here we have the Chausson stand, so let's take a look around, see what they have. So this is an S514 first line, and it comes in at £55,790 as the base price, not on the road. This one I'm going to be looking at is 63,495, so it's still in my budget of £50,000 to £65,000. It has 4 travel seats, enough room to dine for 4, and it has 3 berths. So here is the lounge, dining room, living area. Obviously you can see that the seats swivel round, and there's some space for a table there, but this bench seat will turn into the 3rd berth. The upholstery is a medium grey woolen cotton there. Some space above the cab, not much really, but it goes right across the motorhome. The lockers, oh, they're nice to open. Oh, nice and deep as well. As you enter the motorhome, there is this strange looking little stool cum chair. Is there anything in there? Oh, okay. Well, you got some storage in there. If I just take off the cushion. Oh, there's another storage just behind it as well. Another little kind of cubby hole. It looks like it's got a false bottom. It has. There's some storage in there. I'm not sure what else. That looks like where you're going to have the leisure battery. Yeah, because there's some terminals in there. They're not connected. Above that, you've got a magazine rack. Kitchen area looks pretty small. Got some extra worktop surface. Just pop up at the side there. What's this locker? That's where your cutlery drawer is, underneath the sink. And then you have another locker underneath that. That's quite deep in there. It's nice. Fridge, freezer. Yeah, it's all okay. Not tons of room, but it's okay. 2 burner gas hob, and opposite the kitchen is the bathroom shower. It's a wet room. The entrance is a sliding door. And wow, actually, from the first impressions, there is no toilet. It's just a shower. However, I know that you can somehow, oh, here we go, slide it out or fold it out, and now we have a wash basin and the toilet. You have a nice large mirror and some storage on the end here, plenty of room for potions and whatnot. There is a roof light and the switch is on the outside. In the rear you have a transverse double bed, and there's a few lockers around the top there, and a roof light in the middle. Now this, I think, folds out the way. Whoa, that fell out of my hand really, but yeah, that was easy to do. Got some storage here. We've got some storage here actually before I look into the locker. And then underneath, there you go. So yes, some loads of room in there. And then the other side is another locker. Yeah, this is the wardrobe. I can see there's the wardrobe hanger bar there. Right, let's see if I can pull this back down. It's not as easy as putting it up. There we are, all done. We have here the Chausson V594 Sport line. It's a gorgeous camper van. It has 4 travel seats, it can dine 4, and it is a 2 berth, but another berth is available by converting the dining area. The base price, including VAT, is £57,490, but this one is £70,300, including all the optional extras. The dining area, living area is, yeah, it's quite comfortable looking. It has a dark grey, well, bluish grey woolen material for the upholstery. There's room here for a table. There's not much room above the driving area, but there is a nice large sunroof. Does it open? I don't think it does open. Above the dining area is a locker. Look at the colour of that. That's a nice dark colour with white. Is that faux leather trim on the handle? Ugh, that's quite stiff. Lockers aren't that deep, and there's a bit of there is a lip to stop things falling out. Let's see if it's a slamming door. Yep, that's definitely a slammer. We have a small kitchen area. There's some cubbyhole space on the end of the kitchen, and this pops out to give you a bit more workspace. I like the trim. It's a light wood effect with black paneling on the lockers. It has a small sink and a 2-burner hob. The locker above the sink is a nice large one. Underneath the sink are a few lockers which are nice and stiff. Another small one below that. God, it's stiff, but yeah, quite wide, not very tall. Oven or grill, very small one. Fridge freezer on the end. Well, that goes in quite far, that's nice. And a locker underneath that. Oh, a nice big locker. It's the wardrobe, in fact, because you've got that bar across where you put your hangers. So the bathroom. I've just noticed that the chrome handle is on the other side of the door, so I have to walk past the bathroom to open it. It's a wet room. It's a very compact wet room. You've got a small sink there above the toilet. So, okay, so I'm imagining now that I'm going to wash my hands, brush my teeth or something, and I'm leaning over the sink. I'm going to be leaning over the toilet as well, aren't I? The shower, yeah, adequate shower. And is that storage there? Yeah, there's a mirror with a little door giving you a bit of storage. Nice chrome around the top. Oh no, that's a mirror. that's a mirror that's pretty useless, right at the top of near the wall, near the ceiling. But there is another mirror just above the toilet. Looking for the light switch, I don't see one. Light switch. No, that is a failed mission on finding the light switch in there. Now you might be wondering why that's a problem. I'm just imagining getting up in the middle of the night and you're in a dark place and you're trying to look for the light to turn it on to you know, do what you need to do. Right, I'm now with a small step in the bed area, transverse bed, lockers, black. Look at that again, the black lockers are like that. It's a bit deep as well, a nice locker. Oh, that's even bigger, that one. Yeah, that's a nice locker. Yeah, same this side. There's the roof light, but then there's also a rear locker if I can stretch. Oh, that's a stiff one at this distance. Very wide, not very deep. Around the back you can see that the bed can fold out the way, so it's giving you a bit of space to put some bikes in or something. And on the left you have the LPG locker. Another Chausson. This time it is a V691. Again, it's just beautiful outside. Nice grey and dark colours, and with a little bit of lime green thrown in. This one is the base price with VAT, but not on the road, is going for £61,000. The one I'm going to be looking at is £73,790. It has 4 seat belts. It can dine for 4 people. And it has a double berth at the back. Now, why I've included this one is because I've noticed the other two were left-hand drive, and the habitation door was on the right side. But this is a right-hand drive model with the habitation door on the left-hand side, so you're not opening it into traffic. I don't know if that was by design, I don't know, but the other motorhomes that I've looked at don't have that feature. But anyway, let's have a quick look around. So we have the table here. So the other one had this as well. So we have an outside dining table which clips onto the kitchen. Talking of the kitchen, there it is. Again, it looks exactly the same actually, just the reverse. Everything's the same except for the steering wheels on the other side. Now the big difference is that you get a lounge, a longitudinal, you try saying that, lounge. This converts into the berth. You've got locker space above. Oh, they're nice and big. Is there room in here? Oh, there is some room in here, look. There is some room. And the other side, oh, that's where your water tank is, and you get a bit of room just there. Next, we're going to take a look at Auto Trail. So Auto Trail, I've seen most of the campers and motorhomes here, and I don't want to go around every single one of them and show you again. You can look back at my previous videos, and I will put links in the video description of where you'll be able to find them. This is the Expedition 68. It is now on the road price of $57,563, which basically means in the last 6 months this has gone up by £2,500. Now that's not common, I must like to add, but it's a very nice motorhome. So it says here it's a 4-berth with 4 travel seats. Now I can only see a 2-berth bed at the back. I think the other berths, 2 berths, will probably be a pop top, which this does not have. But it doesn't say anything like that. We're just going to have a quick look inside, and I think they've updated it a bit. There's your bed. We've only 2 lockers one side. Bathroom, of course it's a wet room. And underneath the bed at the back you can see that there is plenty of room. Oh yes, this is the one where they have the slide out bike rack. So this is the Auto Trail F-Line F60. I looked at this at the last show 6 months ago, and there it was on the road price at 64,516. Is now 66,000 and say 30 quid. So it's gone up a bit, and it's now out of my budget, so I won't go back through it, but you can take a look at it if you're interested in my previous video. I think they've changed some stuff for 2026, so that's why there's probably a bit of difference in the price. Just a quick look inside. Look at that material. That isn't, yes, definitely. They've changed the upholstery. I don't remember seeing motorhomes looking like this. That's a faux tan grey, and there's a bed above, a drop-down bed. The kitchen area, the bathroom looks like this. Some nice dark contrasting colours. And there's a separate shower too. So this is the Auto Trail Expedition 54. Now I haven't seen this one before, so I can't compare prices. However, on the road price it is £52,600, but this one is £53,600. It has 2 berths with 2 travel seats, and it's quite a small camper van. So let's take a look inside and see what we can see. I also want to point out that a lot of these motorhomes that I'm showing have the extra grippy alloy wheels. They look very good, very nice. However, they're an extra, it says on there. Okay, so it is very similar to the previous ones we looked at. We've got this nice faux grey leather on the upholstery and a cotton lighter grey in the middle. You've got a fridge, freezer as you enter the door, and below that you have is that the wardrobe? It is the wardrobe. The kitchen area, again, well, it's got some surface here, so you can pop that out and have a little bit more extra workspace. There's some lockers underneath the sink, and that is your cutlery drawer and a little cubby hole. And in here you have some space for pots and pans, maybe. Fairly large grill oven, I think, and some more lockers down here. Space. Oh, that's where all your gas taps are and whatnot. It has a small sink and a 2-burner hob. The lounge area has 2 bench longitudinal seats either side of the motorhome, with that faux grey and cotton material. Very nice. So the lockers have a dark grey, some brushed steel and some wood effect for their decoration, and they look very nice. Large roof light in the middle of the lounging area. The bathroom is quite small. It's a wet room, and you have the toilet with a sink in the way, but I think you can fold that out the way. Yeah, there you go. It's one of those foldy sinks, and you have some locker space just behind the mirror here. Behind the toilet there is some shelving, but there's no lip on it, so whatever you put in there will just fall out as soon as you pull away. And the light switch is just on the outside. Of course, the lounge area does convert into the double berth. The next one I'm going to look at is the Auto Trail Expedition 67 Flex. It is £55,769 on the road, but this one is £57,514. Now, I looked at this one a year ago, this show last year, and it was going for 53,950, so it's an increase of 1,300 quid, more or less. It's a 4-berth with 4 travel seats. So let's have a quick look around, see if I recognise any changes. No, I don't. But again, you've got the dark and the light grey for the upholstery. Roof light, locker space here, kitchen with a oven, locker above there. Bathroom looks like that. Wet room, and of course you've got the fold-out sink. Now I think these sinks are fantastic, especially when you close them and all the water just rushes down the floor. No, I don't know where it goes, but that would be just silly. And of course bathroom light on the outside, easy to find. I actually remember this now. So this is this has a drop down bed, and I think it's you have to press this button in and then pull down, but it's not working for me at the moment. But then you have the lounge area at the back, and this of course can convert into your bed. Now you can see that the bed isn't all the way up, and that's going to be normal. I think there's the ladder there, so that could probably go into a locker, but you're going to have your bedding on top of here, I think. That's what I would do anyway. So it's not very, it's quite low, right? So as you're going into the lounge area, you're having to duck. Well, I am. I'm right outside the Rimor stand right now, and they have quite a lot of campervans and motorhomes which are within my budget. So I'm not going to be able to show you everything, but we'll have a look and see if we can find the cheapest one. So we have here the Rimor Horus 12. It is 56,995. This one though, what we're going to take a look at, is 62,795. But the show price is still the base price, which I just said earlier, £56,995. Now 6 months ago, when I was at the show, it was £58,495. So it has dropped about £1,500, which is fantastic if you ask me. It has 4 travel sleeps. It has 4 travel seats, and it has 3 berths. Right, in we go. Notice the floor, that looks quite nice, isn't it? Oh, it's just a print, tiled floor. I like these colours. Okay, so that's a light tan brown cotton with a dark brown cotton exterior of the furniture. Again, that's nice. I do like that. Small tail, which just looks like it folds out, making it bigger. And then the kitchen area looks like that. Combination twin gas hob and a sink. Some locker space. I'll get to this in a moment. Some lockers here, some drawers for the cutlery. Quick look. Whoa, that sprung out quite quickly. Yeah, it's not. Look at that. I do like that. Right. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. What is this going on here? This is a French bed, but they've managed to melt my brain with this. Is that a? How do we? Right, I'm going to give up. Yeah, I don't know how this retracts, but this is a French bed. However, with this little thing sticking out, you get a full-size bed, right? That's how I understand that. Unfortunately, if you need to go to the toilet during the middle of the night, that gap there is going to be a difficult one, isn't it? That is going to be terrible. And I'm going to try and prove that right now, because I'm going to step into the bathroom. Right, so that's difficult. Imagine that. That's the wet room. Unfortunately, you got that wheel arch there, which is taking up a huge amount of space. A little dinky sink. Yeah, I like this motorhome, like the colours and whatever, but I don't like this bed. Right, I am so spoilt for choice about what to poke my head into these Rimor motorhomes. So, for instance, this is the Kilig 79 Plus. Show price £63,000. but it retails, the manual transmission is £60,000. So there's that one, and then there's these. Not all of them are Kilig Pluses. So for instance, this is a Kilig 78 Plus, retails manual gearbox, £60,000 on the road. This one itself, £68,990, but show price £63,000, well £5 off, just shy of that. So yeah, and there's 3 others. So let's take a look at this Kilig 78 Plus. It has 5 travel seats. It is also a 5 berth, which is amazing. And yeah, it's £63,000 show price. I do like that. That is nice. I like the trim. So you've got this cotton, 2-tone cotton with the white, and that might make your eyes go a bit funny. You've got some space above the roof light there. What's that look like? Oh, that's loads of room down there, look. Yeah, loads of room up there. Nice and soft furnishings as well. Look at that. Nice cream faux leather driving seats. That's very nice. And you've got, what are these called? A jump seat? I don't know. What's in there? Some storage or something. Oh, some storage in there, look. Might be for something special though. Oh, I just realised something. There's a seat belt. This can convert into a travel seat. You've got the headrest that can go up and down. I guess this moves around so you can be a bit more comfortable. Rather than sitting that way, you sit that way. I've noticed how wide that is. That's incredible. Nice and wide. There's a kitchen. Black decor with a wood effect front paneling for your lockers. Very nice. And the buttons are covered in a little faux leather strap. Oh, it's a weird. That's a cutlery drawer down underneath the oven. 3 gas burner hob and a smallish. No, it's all right. That's a fairly sizable sink. A locker up here. It's quite far up in the roof actually. And how do I? So there's loads of locker space. Oh, look at that. There's a nice and deep gap. That means things won't just fall out. But then, is it going to be a slammer? No. Then we have the fridge freezer. Nice and big with a drawer at the bottom here so you can put your wine bottles in. So you've got 1 bed at the back, double bed. That's very nice. Very large. Transverse. There's some space up there. That's soft furnishing again. Nice. Roof light, a couple of lockers, more space over there, windows on 2 sides, but also you got the drop down bed. And then I'm 6 foot with boots on, and I've got just about enough room to walk underneath. And of course that's going to drop down somehow with pressing these buttons. Let's take a look into the bathroom. Wow, this is the difference you get when you compare a camper van with a motorhome. Separate toilet, shower, plenty of room in the toilet area. I've not seen this before. We've got the shower there, that's the shower tray just down there, and then is the sink to wash your face, and that doubles, I suppose that pulls out. Yeah, that doubles as the shower head. Nice. But of course, what happens with this when you need to take that out? It needs to go somewhere, doesn't it? Now, I'm famous for looking for light switches. Oh, here we are. Nice, easy one. 2 light switches, in fact. What's in here? Yep, quite nice, decent locker space in there. Back outside, you've got this huge locker. Look at this amount of space you have in here. Echo, echo. Yeah, you could definitely get at least 2 bikes in here, maybe even 3. Got a weird space up there. Don't know what you'd put in there, but and then another one over there. So let's take a look at the Kilig 66 Plus, simply because it's a different layout. It is same price. It's £59,995 manual version. This one is £68,990, but show price £62,995. Now it has 4 travel seats and it sleeps 4. So look at that, it's a completely different layout. It's got gold trim as well. That's so nice, isn't it? So, I mean, the first thing I noticed is the kitchen is completely different. It is kind of a square rather than longitudinal. The sink has got to be the same. Yeah, they're using the same bits and pieces. 3-burner hob, and there's a nice big window there, isn't there? And now we have this locker here. That's a bit of a stretch actually for me, so that might be a problem for some people. And now in the lounge area, the dining area, that looks a bit too square, doesn't it? It looks a bit weird. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Anyway, it looks, you know, it's a seat. Then you have the table, which of course can fold out and make it bigger, right? There you go. Then you have this. Again, do they call these jump seats? This can convert, it's a seat belt. This can convert into a travel seat, but that is a seat for dining. Yes, it looks like this comes out somehow. Yeah, I don't know how that does that. The lockers. We have a tiny little mirror. It's a bit weird. It's quite low, but I think the reason why they're low is because this is a low roof, because it's a bed, right? It's another drop-down bed. There's the light switch. Oh, there you go. My shoulder. It's quite high, but there's the bed. Look at that. Opposite the kitchen, you've got a fridge freezer. Grill oven. Now that might be a bit high for some people. I don't understand why they like doing that. Some large lockers underneath the sink, nice and big. Little bin here, just one type of rubbish. Cutlery drawer. Now the bathroom, no, not the bathroom, I'm talking about the bathroom. Where is the bathroom? I was going to say bed, but yes, I've missed the bathroom. Right, okay. So now I'm in the bathroom and bedroom. The toilet is on one side of the bedroom. Nice colours as well. I do like the black and the wood effect. And there's the shower there. It's a walk-around bed, an island bed, and you've got shutters. How does this work? Well, I can't get in it, but it does look like a shutter of some sort. And then we have these. Little wardrobe here, and there's one on the other side. And then you have a locker each above the bed. And then, of course, there's a few steps. This is why I don't like island beds. A lot of people will disagree with me, but you're having to step around. You haven't got a lot of room. And sometimes there is storage underneath the bed. There you go. In fact, I can look into the external locker. So lift up. There you go. Look at that. That's loads of room under there. So it's not all wasted by this huge bed in the middle of the motorhome. So let's have a look in here. This is the garage. I mean, it's a garage, isn't it? That is huge. Right, I've just found out that what happens here, you twiddle this thing and the bed rises out the way, sort of making your garage bigger. So of course you can get a motorbike in here, in fact. But yeah, so they're not lockers or anything, these panels. They are for making, well, just to block off the garage area. Now my only question about that is whether or not these panels here let in some cold air, because the garage isn't going to be heated, is it? Or is it? Oh, actually, there is a vent here. There is a vent here, so maybe you could heat the garage. Yeah, that's an amazing motorhome for £63,000. So we're onto the roller team stand next, and just the same as the previous manufacturers, they have a butt ton of motorhomes and campervans below £65,000. So I'm not going to be able to show you everything in their range, but I've got a few that I want to take a look at. And if there's any in here that I've seen before, then I'll give you a price update. So what we have here is the Kronos Compact 590. So this time last year, when I took a look at it, this motorhome was a new model for 2025, and it was £57,990, but this one is £58,545, so there's an increase of about 550 quid. This one is actually 61,010 quid. Now if you need to take a look inside one of these, because I'm going to skip this one because I've done it before, if you want to have a look, then I'll leave a link in the video description so you can take a look at my previous video. But you'll find that it has 4 travel seats and is a 2-berth with a drop-down bed in the middle. So here we have the Roller Team Zefiro 675. This is another one which I've looked into before. At the last show, 6 months ago, this was, well, £65,000. Now it is, well, £65,000. There's a difference, there is a real difference of 55 quid. So very, very similar price. Now if you want to take a look at this motorhome, you can check out my previous video. Now I've looked at the Livingstone 2 before, some number of times actually over the last year or two. It was £58,000, but this one here is the Livingstone Duo. Now the big difference is the bed arrangement, I think. The Livingstone Duo, the on the road price is £60,000. This one though is £61,785. So it's a 2-berth with 4 travel seats. Let's take a look inside and see where the differences are. Now again, I can't remember what the Livingstone 2 looked like, but I'm going to assume it looks similar to this, probably different colours. Yeah, so there's the kitchen area, the driving travel seats there, and the table that you can sit around. It's a wet room. Someone's kindly left the door open. Now this is the big difference. This is a lounge area, longitudinal beds either side. Beds, well they are beds actually, but this is the sofa arrangement. And of course there's evidence that there is a table or 2 that goes there. You've got the eyelets as well for tying down a bike. So these sofas convert into 2 single beds. Some room down there. Yeah, you got the tank and you got a bit of space just there. If the Kronos Compact 590 was new for 2025, what's new for this year is a Kronos Compact 665. On the road price £59,545, but this one is £63,935. It's a 4-berth with 4 seat belts. Let's take a look. Okay, it's some sort of circular sitting around the dining table. That's nice. Keeps everyone close together. Faux leather and suede, fake suede material there. Nice colours actually, nice contrasting colours. I like that. Of course, these are the travel seats. Lighter colour driving seats though. You would have thought they'd be the same sort of colour. Some storage up there just below the sunroof roof light. Big locker. You've got the kitchen area, quite compact. Nice large sink. You've got 2 burner hob, an oven. Well, these are little, aren't they? These are quite small. Got the cutlery drawer and a few other lockers. 2 more down there. Opposite that you have what looks like a wardrobe.
So they know it's coming in. We can always...
Nice and large, the wardrobe. Now just like the Kronos Compact 590, it has an drop down bed and the table will be in the way, so there must be some buttons you press to lower them down. I don't know where they are at the moment, but I'm sure they are around somewhere. Let's take a look at the bathroom. Yep, it's a wet room. This looks like it folds away, doesn't it? What's this? There's a button just here, look. Oh. If I remember, the 590 had a transverse bathroom, so it goes across the back. Oh, okay. Light switch is the actual light itself. There we go. Tiny little roof light there, letting all the air out, letting the steam. You've got the fridge freezer, huge fridge freezer. It's bigger than the one at home. Locker just above the sink, that is huge as well. Loads of room, that's a slammer I think. Now the second bed, there's this weird bit cut out here and it goes around the corner. That is very strange. But you've got this huge look at that size of that thing. Amazing. And you got your roof light. Outside at the back you have this locker which goes into, look at the size of that. That is a large garage. And it looks like again that the bed can go up. This time it's electronic, possibly. It looks like they're pneumatic pumps or something. What am I talking about? So as you can see, with a budget of about £52,000 to £60,000, there is quite a choice of motorhomes or camper vans. However, it's not until you get to about 65,000 or more that the market really does open up for you. You get more choice, especially around the £75,000 mark. But of course, now that's getting really expensive. It seems that the cheapest one that you can get right now is a camper van for around £53,000. But it does appear that prices are in the range of around about £1,000 a year. But your best deals are going to be with dealerships, I think. So you go and find a dealership, maybe at the end of the season where they're trying to get rid of their motorhomes before the new ones come out, and you might pick up a really good buy. And if I've missed any motorhomes or camper vans that you think, Ads, that was a good one at the show, then let us know in the comments section and I'll see if I can find it next time at the show. So I hope you found that all useful, and if you have, why not give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy this kind of thing, or well, we've got an old 27-year-old motorhome, if you want to see us venturing in that, travelling around Europe and the UK, then why not consider subscribing? We don't always do shows, although there's been quite a lot of them recently. So yeah, give that a subscribe if you think that's interesting to you. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.